I'm going to talk to you today about what to do, what you can do so that you can save God's purpose for your life without destruction and destroying it from procrastination. If you have a challenge for procrastination, drop it in the comments, guys. My name is Kathy McReynolds, and I'm excited to help you grow your business with biblical principles. If that's something that is exciting to you, you love to put God first, then you found yourself in the right place. And even if you never thought about it and you just happened to tune in, I want to tell you, you're here for the right reason. So do me a favor. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Say hello so we can say hello back to you. Go ahead and hit that share button. I'm going to go ahead and share myself so that we can get this out to a few other people. And just wanted to say hello to you guys. How is everyone doing today? And I'm actually about to share the old broadcast. There we go. Want to make sure we're sharing the right one here today. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that share. What are you guys doing? What's exciting? How is your business going? Are you excited about everything that's happening? Are all of your dreams coming true? If not, I know this broadcast right here can help you. So make sure you tune in and stay tuned so I can just share with you guys like the options, like the things that you want to look at that might be derailing your business. I'm telling you that what we're going to share with you today will change your life. So make sure also you go ahead and grab your show notes. You have your show notes. It is a copy if you're new tuning in. So what your show notes are? Your show notes are whatever I'm talking about on the broadcast, you can download that. Now, you do have to be a part of our email family. So if you're not, shoot me a message or just go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com, get on there. You can get the show notes or you can get them on the replay, but we will have them here for you because, you got to be a student of the game. Everybody, it's always best to learn as much as you can by writing things down. Taking your time and doing that. All right. I think I got to share it out there to a lot of different places. So whether you're watching us on YouTube or if you're watching us on Facebook, make sure you hit that follow button and put us as your favorite there so that you can always pop up when we have our live broadcast, and hit the share button and feel free to comment. If you got questions as we go through this, we will definitely get to those, whether we get through them during the live broadcast, or if you leave a comment, I'll be sure to get back to you. So today I looked at Psalms 32 and 81. And this is what Psalms 32 and 81 says: I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I mean, like, isn't it amazing that you get all of this instruction? He also said, I will counsel you with my eye upon you. So you don't have to worry about figuring it all out. You just have to make that decision that you're going to let God guide you when it comes to building your business, and everything else will take place for you the way it's supposed to. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in right now, and we're going to share with you what I call our daily business accountability activity tracker. Okay. This is called the daily business accountability activity tracker. So do you have something? Do you have something that you keep every single day and you write down what's happening and you plan out your life? I mean, I think of the scripture, I thought about putting that one on here, but I also wanted people to know, like Jesus tells the parable of who would say that you're going to go build a tower and you don't plan it out and you don't count the costs. When you don't do that, he said you're not going to be able to finish and they're going to laugh at you. So you don't want anyone laughing at you. And I didn't say that. This is what Jesus said, right? So you got to learn how to plan things, write things down. And what we have here is a way for you to be able to do that. If you don't manage your hour and your times will manage you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through our daily accountability activity tracker. If you would like a tracker, we actually have these available in a journal. They will be printing out soon. They're coming soon to you with also devotionals in there every single for the 30-day devotional as well. So you can actually buy this package. So if it's something that you desire, put journal in the comments or just shoot me a message, and you'll definitely know when they come out. But this will help you. I promise you. It takes some getting used to, but you got to plan your life and you got to be ultra disciplined and eliminate procrastination. So we're going to go ahead and start right here. If you have your show notes, you'll see a copy of this on your show notes so you can follow through and you're going to take notes. Because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to walk you through and explain to you how you want to utilize it so that you can get the best out of it. It says plan your business and life one day at a time, guys. Just do it one day at a time and then be willing to surrender to God's will and plan. Now, one of the things that we do in Bible Business Academy is we literally help you put together a 10-year game plan. Why 10 years? So, you have some people say you shouldn't plan for 10 years. You should do it shorter. But here's why we do it for 10 years, because we want you to think big. We want you to think beyond yourself and have something. Okay. I couldn't talk for the whole broadcast. I had something right there. So I had to get that out. But the reason why we want you to do 10 years is to think a decade, because people get started in business and they end up quitting because it's not going right. I've been a business owner of some type of business for 25 years, whether it was my financial service company, whether it was a daycare, whether it was rental property, whether it was an MLM, it was, travel, wine. I don't know. We did so many different things throughout that time period. But it takes time to learn discipline. It takes time to build up your muscles so that you can make things happen for you. I mean, think of Moses. He wandered for 40 years and never got the promise because he lost faith and he lost trust. You don't want that to happen to you. And what I'm sharing with you today, if you get in a disciplined habit of writing things down, it actually activates your brain, and it makes you, like when you don't want to do something, all of a sudden that thought is coming back to you. It's the Holy Spirit telling you, get moved. Here's the things that I need to do. Here's the things that I want you to think about. Here, sometimes it may be your thoughts, sometimes it may be the Holy Spirit, but if you learn to listen to God and seek him, you'll hear him speaking to you. I used to always say, well, how do you know it's him speaking to you? And then as the scriptures come to you, because you're studying on his word and you understand his word, it all begins to make sense. So that's why we start with a 10-year plan, because you're going to need his assistance for that in order to make that happen. And we help you make it bigger than imaginable. And then once you get that 10-year in place, we break that down by year, by quarter, by month, by week, and then by day. So here is the by day. This is breaking things down into little itty bitty pieces. And that's what you have to do in order to create success. One of the things, there's just no one thing that you have to do. Is one of the multiple things that you have to do is have a planner with you. It says, but with that being said, plan your business and life one day at a time, then be willing to surrender to God's will and his plan, because we'll put together the plan. The scripture says you may have the plan, but God will direct our steps. So be okay with altering your plans when you're hearing from him and it's time. So through Christ, all things are possible. So when you have this, what you want to do is every single morning, every single morning before you start your day, you want to pull this out. So if you start your business at 9 o'clock, you're at your desk at 9 o'clock, you should literally get there about 30 minutes at 8:30. So from 8:30 to 9, you want to fill this out. You never arrive at the time that you're supposed to be there. You always want to show up early. So, or you can fill this out as soon as you wake up in the morning so that your mind can begin to think on the things that you need to do. So all you do is put in your date, the day, and the time. And the reason why we have the time there is because you want to see if you're doing it at the same time every day. And that's when you know a habit is being created. And the first thing we want you to do is just show what you're grateful for. What are you thanking God for? I thank God and I'm grateful for. So when I mean, imagine a day, every single day you wake up and you write down what you're thankful for and what you're grateful for. That starts your day, your energy, your excitement. If you start your day with gratitude, I promise you, life will get so much better for you. So you want to write that down right there. And see, a lot of people just say it, but it's something about the senses when you start writing things down. And all of this is in your show notes, guys. So if you don't have your show notes, make sure you go ahead and grab that. The next step is your written goals, your faith, finances, and future. And all it says, I am helping blank today. You're like, how many people are you helping today? I'm helping blank people today. I'm earning blank today towards my weekly earnings of, and my monthly, my quarter, and my yearly by helping and serving God's people. So you're saying what you desire to happen. So you have the plan in place. So when, people are like, well, what's your goal for today? You need to have a daily goal, and all you want to do is write that daily goal right in there, and then write your intentions for the day. Oprah always said before she started a meeting, so what's the intention of this meeting? What is our intent here today? What do we want to get accomplished today? You want to make sure that you have that in place of what you need to get accomplished on a day-to-day basis. Because if you don't know what your intention is, then anybody can determine that intention for you. And as a business owner, you're like the CEO. You're the one directing the way things should go. This morning, part of my morning ritual is I'll wake up and I'll listen to something spiritual. And I was listening to Rabbi Daniel Lapin this morning. He was on, it was a recording or something on YouTube, and he was talking about that most people don't know what they want to do, and they don't know how they want to do it. They just know kind of like what they want to do, and how you have to be intentional about everything that you do. So that is definitely important. Now, the next thing, after you write down your intention for the day, you want to write down what you need to role play. Now, why is that important? And you're like, well, I'm not selling anything. We're always selling something. You're always doing something, right? So maybe you're not the sales, but you're the CEO. Oh, and I just thought about what Daniel Lapin, my mind had went blank there for a second. That was one of the things that he said. But when I was bringing him up, I was thinking about the intention for the day. He was talking about the CEOs. When they talk about CEO salary, how people think CEOs get paid too much because they don't realize all the different things that you have to think about, the people that you have to direct. And the reason why you're getting paid so much is because you have so much on you that you have to do. And he compared that to a quarterback, in the NFL, getting paid a ton of money where nobody pays attention to it. Nobody thinks that, they're getting paid too much, but they think a CEO is getting paid too much. And a CEO, the reason why you can build a successful company is because you're directing. You have everything in place that you need to have in place, and you're helping people, you're serving people, and you're making sure everything gets done. So you have to be 100% clear as a business owner and the CEO of your business is what your intention is for today, so that you can reach that 10-year goal plan, so that you can reach that daily plan that you have there. And that's why you want to role play. One of the things that, again, that he was talking about when it comes to role play, whether you're selling, if you're in a sales position or you're selling your business, you should role play every single day. Take 20 minutes and just role play what you're going to say, your close. Maybe you have I had, Ron, one of our salespeople, he was here today, and I was telling him, as you whenever you're done with your day or you're done with whoever you're speaking with, make sure you have a side note where you're writing down what you were uncomfortable with, what you got stopped with, or what people are constantly saying. And then that's what you role play the next day, or you role play it before you get on that next phone call. So you can role play how you're delivering your business when you're talking to people about your business. What are you going to say? How you're going to say it? You can deliver, role play your 30-second speech. You can role play how you're going to have a conversation with investors. You can look in the mirror. One of the things that we used to do is, and I still do this now, you look in the mirror, you make sure that you're smiling, you make sure that you have the right proper eye contact with people when you're speaking with them. And if you read books out loud as part of the, your role play, reading books out loud, it helps with your conversation. It helps you to speak clearer, and the more you do it, the better it gets. I used to go live every single day. I did that for almost 2 years straight, and now I do it once a week. And I can kind of sort of tell the difference. I'm always stumbling. Public speaking is not like my forte. Being a trainer, coach, and motivator and encourager, that's my sweet spot. But part of what we do, we got to speak, we got to be able to talk. So that's one of the main skills that you want to have as a business owner or CEO. You need to be able to communicate not only to your customers, but to your employees, to people that you meet, to people you network with. So those are some of the things that you can role play. You could do that looking in the mirror. You can do that with someone else. You can record yourself role playing and then listen to it over and over again. And also, if you go live, you can listen to that. So put down what you want to role play. See, that's intentional. You want to be intentional about everything you do. So the next thing you want to do is your mission marketing strategy for today. So there are about 47 strategies that, when it comes to marketing, that we utilize and we teach and we help people with. And so, some of the things we learned from Dan Kennedy, from a lot of different people, Frank Kern, and all of those legends out there that are marketing genius. You just learn from people who have came before you. The Bible tells you, seek wise counsel. So you always want to have the counsel of the wise people. And so with the mission marketing strategy, you don't want to have a business where you just wake up and say, oh, let me see what works. You should have a strategy session before the week begins, before the month begins. When you're putting together your weekly, your monthly, and your quarterly goals, you should put together strategy sessions, marketing strategy sessions, and you should have, like between 8 to 12 of them going at one time or more. On our Bible Business Academy, I don't think this one has the strategy on there, but on some of those, we have like exactly all the different strategies that we have and some of the ways that we market to people. The worst number in business is 1. So you want to know what your marketing strategy is for today. What are you working on for today or for the week? What is it that you're doing? And then the next thing you want to write down, guys, is the most important action that you must complete today. So you just put down a lot of stuff, what you're grateful for, what you're thankful for, and all of that. But as we all know, we can have a to-do list. Has anyone ever had a to-do list that they put down and nothing ever seems to change on it? It always seems to be the same. You're taking what you put on today and you put it on tomorrow, and you put it on tomorrow, you never get anything done. But as you're sitting there with intent on getting something and examining your business, you want to write down what must I get done today? What must I get done today? Like on Thursdays, what I must get done on Thursdays is my preparation for this broadcast, and I must be here at 7 p.m. to go live. Now, what is it that you must get done? Maybe it's a day that you must send out an email, or you must make this phone call. Whatever it is, write it down. When you write things down, you're activating your senses. And when you activate all of your senses, you're more apt to get things done. Today, I will also complete these actions because there's other things. So that's the most important thing. So what's the next 3 things that you must complete today? And you want to list them in order of importance, because today I will also complete this action because they will lead me to earning blank this week. So you are a weekly goal setter and a weekly goal hitter. If you don't set your goals every single week and then have a day, we call it Friday follow-up day, where you actually go back and evaluate everything that you put down and everything that you said you wanted to happen, it may never happen. And if you they say whatever you measure, it grows. So if you're not measuring and you're not writing it down and you're not going back and looking at it, the chances of it happening are very nil. And if you have a challenge with procrastination, if you get in the habit of writing things down, it helps to remove that, and it helps you to be able to go, because you can't. Feelings don't always move you. Your big goals don't always move you. Winning in business and staying in business comes down to daily disciplines. And this helps you to set up the daily discipline. So remember, as I'm going through this, if you want to get a copy of it when it comes out in the journal, so that you can have a 30-day or 60-day or 90-day supply of this, so that you can keep records of the things that you do and that you want to do, and make sure that you put in the comment section journal, or you can just message me so that when it hits the shelves and available on Amazon, we can let you know. So that will be coming up soon. And so after you do that, guys, here's a big portion of what you want to do. You want to time block your life. Now, we talked about intention. We talked about writing down goals. So the next thing is, everybody has 160 hours. Everybody has 24 hours. There's no different from anyone in this world. It's a 24-hour day. So you want to time block everything that you want to do in a 50-minute increment. And the best way, here's how I do it. I'll set I'll say, Siri, set the timer for 50 minutes. And for 50 minutes, whatever I decide that I'm going to do in each of these time blocks, I'm writing them in there. So like from 6 to 8:59, here's what I do every single morning. As soon as I wake up, I'm going to listen to something biblical, spiritual, something to get my mind. I'm praying to God and I'm thanking him, reading my goals, and I'm posting something positive out in the world to help people. So I know that between 6 and 9, and also I added in there recently, I'm drinking a bottle of water. I'm getting 1 bottle of water in that hour, because my goal is to get 6 in the entire day. And then from 9 to 11:59, maybe that's your time for phone calls, and also in that 6 to 8:59, you can put that you're going to actually do your daily accountability sheet. Maybe you're doing phone calls, or maybe you're doing your marketing, or maybe you're studying. Whatever it is that you're going to do, plan out your day. Successful people plan out their day. They don't let the day plan them out. If you don't have a plan in place, someone will make it for you. And remember what the parable that Jesus talked about. If who you said you're going to build a tower and you don't have a plan, this is a concrete plan that is proven, and it works, and it helps to eliminate procrastination. It helps you to stay focused on what you need to do. It eliminates, like, what is it that you need to do, or what's your next step? Or if you're confused, you can call your mentor or your trainer or whoever you're working with and say, hey, I'm a little stuck here. Here's what my goal is. Here's how I feel I'm going to get there, but things aren't working out like I think they should. Can you help me? So you're able to have a more specific conversation about where you're at in your business, so that you can go to where you want to be. So the next step that we're going to look at to help you grow your business and your spiritual lifestyle is to further write down that game plan. So now the first part was kind of like bullet points, right? The next part is where you're going to literally plan out your day and do some thinking. You should, like, if you meditate, you should do your meditation, and then the stuff that you're going to think about, you can write those down here, because now your mind is always focused on what do you need to do, what your goals are, where you're going, how many people you need to help, what do you want to make, who do you want to, help, who do you need to help. So all of that is always being written down, so it helps you with the game plan. So when you look here in the game plan, I have it here, but whatever happens, make sure that everyday life is worthy of the gospel of Christ. And so everything that you do, you want to keep God first. And this also will help you do that. He says, if you put me first, if you keep me first, all the plans that you have and the desires of your heart, I'm going to give them to you. And so this is why I love building a business with biblical principles, with God first, because it's, we have it set up where it's a constant reminder. And the more I study on God's word, the more I understand what he wants for our life, the more excited I get. And the more I'm like, you know what, this is really simple. And, it's simple. It may not be easy because it's discipline, and this will help you with the discipline. So put down your game plan. What is your game plan for today? What are you determined to get done? What are your priorities? What appointments? What projects? What challenges? So you're literally writing everything out instead of just thinking about it. When you write it out, you can bring it about. Action. What action will I take today? You already have some action that you said you were going to take, but what action do I take? Because sometimes when you start writing things out here and you're looking at the 3 things that you need to do, maybe you can put more detail here about how you're going to get those 3 things done. How will I, so that's your action, so that it'll move you closer to your goal, so that you have a shot at making it happen. See, this is not about emotions. It's not about how you feeling. It's about like being an architect. If you're that architect, and then you have to put the plan in place, and then you got to give it to the builder has to look at that plan, and then they have to direct everybody into what they need to do so that that house gets built. So if your business is not getting built, this could be a huge reason why. Is because you don't have detailed plans as what needs to happen, because it's more than just making a sale. You got customers that maybe you lost, so you got to go back and use one of those marketing strategies to retain lost customers. Maybe you got to use a marketing strategy of getting referrals so that you can reduce your marketing dollars. So there are so many different marketing strategies that you can use in order to make your business grow. And the next one is learn. What do you need to learn today? Like every single day. I was talking to Ron, one of our sales people for our Ice Fit studio business. And I said, okay, so if you spend 3 hours on the phone every day, then take 4 hours to learn. There's that saying something about like, I forgot who said it, but they had to sharpen the saw. And he's like, okay, well, I need to spend 4 hours sharpening it before I go use it. You have to spend time on your brain and on your thinking so you can get things done. That's why I wake up in the morning and, I do something spiritual. I'm writing down my goals, but I also add on there, I listen to some type of training, or I'm reading some type of book, something to help me. So like that's about 2 hours in the morning. And then at night, after I'm done with my day, I'm going to make sure that I'm reading the word. At night, I'm going to also make sure that I'm also doing more training, listen to more training, turn that TV off. That TV or scrolling through Facebook is not changing anyone's life, is not getting anyone into the kingdom. So you got to plan how you're going to be used by God in order to make more things happen. So make that happen for yourself. The other thing that you want to look at is your health. How are you going to care for your body? How about exercising, walking, yoga, food intake, your water intake? What is it that you're going to do to make things happen? Like, I got my bottle of water here, and I know, like, I'm on a game plan now to lose some weight, to get back in shape. And I just said before I got on here, once I do this, I'm going to just keep this discipline. See, this is why yo-yo happens, is because we're not disciplined about it. When you set habits, like you got bad habits, but you can also have good habits. When you set habits, it becomes consistent. There's nothing, I mean, like, most of the time running a business and success is not like, sexy or fun or all of that. Is mundane, doing the same thing, using your brain, thinking, and all of that every single day. Same thing when it comes to your health. If you don't have health, you don't have wealth. How are you going to take care? I wish I would have listened to myself on that a long time ago, but it's the truth. You need to have a lot of energy when you're running a business. So that's why that's on there. It's important to do that. Fulfillment. Life is meant to be fun. Life is meant to be exciting. We only get one shot at this, y'all. We're only here for one time. So you want to have some type of fulfillment in your life. You want to have some time with family. You want to read, you want to meditate, walk, laugh, fun, like whatever it is. Go watch a movie, go take a trip, go take a vacation. Whatever it is, you want to make sure that you schedule that. Take time to enjoy the fruit of your labor. You heard that somewhere before. It's in the Bible, right? Take time to enjoy the fruit of your labor, and make sure that the more you grow in your business, you can also help other people and create memories and experiences. And then the next one is think. Some people overthink because they don't think the right way. When they overthink, they're thinking of all the things that could go wrong, right? Or all the reasons why they shouldn't. But what we teach you to do is we want you to think about, what do I need to do today? What do I need to think about today? That's part of your meditation. You can meditate on that. You can talk to God, and you can say, hey, what is it that you want me to do? Let me hear from you. Can you help me to understand how you want me to move? And then you got to be still. Sometimes you just got to be still and think. When you think, and you can even take time away, like Jesus left for 40 days and went up in the mountains so that he could think. There are some people, like I'm in this entrepreneurs faith-driven group where it's probably, I don't know, maybe 12 to 14 of us that we meet once a week on Zoom. And some of that, I think it was on there. I don't know. I'll be listening to so much stuff. But somebody takes like 2 weeks. They actually go out in the woods, set up a camp, and they think. And they get away and they think. And they think, and they write, and they think. Now, I'm not saying you got to do 2 weeks, and I wouldn't be in the woods for no 2 weeks, but whatever works for you, whatever makes you, whether you're in the shower and you're thinking, you're by water and you're thinking, you're by yourself and you're thinking, it's important to think. You got to utilize your brain and your heart, and all of that comes from thinking. So make sure that you're thinking. Is all of this making sense to you guys? Drop it in the comments. I can't see your comments now, but I can see them once I get back over to the screen. So make sure you drop that down in the comments. The next one is to release stuff. Like, the reason why this is here is, let me read the scripture. What it says, search me thoroughly, O God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. See if there's anything wicked and sinful in my life, and lead me in the way everlasting. God, show me anything in my life that's in between you and me. Show me the sins, the faults, the errors in my life, and I will humbly confess them. I'm telling you, like, just doing this has really, really taken my walk with God to a whole new level. It's made me a better person, not because of me, but because of the stuff that he reveals. And you're like, yeah, I shouldn't have did that. Yeah, I was acting this way, and maybe I shouldn't have did that. Maybe I had the wrong attitude, the wrong mindset. Maybe I had a lack mindset here, or whatever it is that you're doing, it will come to you, and you get to correct it. Because until you confess it, until you let it all go, then it's going to block your success. So this part is so important. And once you get in the habit of saying and evaluating yourself to say, yeah, you know what, maybe I should have been a little bit more patient. Maybe I should, I shouldn't have said no when I know I should have said yes, or maybe I should have did this. Like, it'll just help you to examine yourself. Be true to thyself. So it'll help you be true to yourself, so you know exactly what you need to do. Now, the next part, guys, is to connection, communicate, networking, and your networking agenda. When I think about when I was running a financial service company, and we were hiring agents. And so what we used to do, like, literally, we would meet from 9 to 9, or 8 to 9 at night, and we literally were on the phone calling for about 8 hours every single day. So we would make like 100 dials every hour, calling people, connecting to people, communicating with people. All of this helped us to run the #1 company in the region, and also on some occasions being #1 with about 100,000 agents out there. It was just because of sheer discipline and connecting and communicating and networking with people. You want to make sure that you're doing that. It is huge in business to network and connect. We weren't meant here. When God says, he's going to put Eve here so that we can have, it's not good for a man or woman to be alone. It's not just talking about relationships. It's also talking about in business, in life, and friendship. You want to connect yourself with other people, be around other people, get to know other people. And this is how relationships are built. This is how business deals are built. So the more that you can connect, the more you can get out of your way. You can do joint ventures, you can work with people, the more things will begin to happen, not just for you, but for you and more people. Because if you, let's say you got 5 or 10 people that you're connecting with, and so all of their audience may be a huge audience, yours may even be a small, or vice versa. But guess what? Think about all the people that you're helping because you all came together when you're doing joint ventures, when you're collaborating. So there's power in collaborating, and it helps more of God's children. It helps us to grow the kingdom and to get the promise and to do the things that he has commissioned us to do. So you want to make sure that you're doing that. And then your power hour block time, literally plan that. What time are you going to be making phone calls? How many people do you want to reach out to? How many did you actually connect with? What's your purpose for connecting or conversating or networking? And we're back to that purpose word. What results and follow-up do you need? So all of that's right here. You want to make sure that you're putting all of this in so that you can keep records. And when you're keeping records, you can always go back and look at this on a day-to-day basis. And so now your day is done, right? And literally, guys, it's going to take you about 30 to 45 minutes, maybe an hour in the beginning of your day to get all of this done until you're used to it. And don't, like, it may seem like, do I really need to do all of this? Yes, you need to do all of this. And I promise you, your life will change. And again, if you want to have one of the journals when it comes out, Make sure you write journal in the comment section, or go to or message me, or go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com. Make sure you're part of our email family, and look out for it, because you'll be getting information on it. So the next thing is the review of your day, your communication, your networking habits. What did you do well? What could you do better? That goes back to that training. Did you meet someone? Did you not smile? Did you talk about your business and yourself too much, or did you ask a lot of questions? Did you get some numbers? Did you connect with people? Did you even attempt to on a day-to-day basis? I know, we're coming out of the pandemic and all of that stuff when everyone was separated from everyone else. So you're getting back into that habit of communicating and getting yourself out there again. So maybe you're a little rusty and you got to dust that off, but you got to get out and you got to begin to communicate, or you got to make those phone calls. You got to send those texts. You got to send those messages. You can also communicate right on social media. So all of that you want to make sure that you're doing. And then right here, guys, who do you need to follow up with? From your phone calls, just write this down. Who do I need to follow up with? Make sure that you're writing that down, so the next day you can come back and look at this, and they can move up on your list to someone that you need to follow up with. Do you need to make a phone call with them, a text, an email, or a message? Or are you sending them all of them because it's part of your phone call campaign? See, all of this has a reason. What's the notes? What's the comments? What's the result? Leave nothing to memory. Write everything down. Now, we also have, a system online where we'll type all of the information in about everyone, so that everybody can see it that's on the team. But you should have your own little personal journal. And I know you can type it in, but I promise you, when you utilize all of your sensories, your speaking, your writing, you're seeing, and all of that, you're thinking, it helps you to grow as a person, and you get to listen to God more, and make things happen that way. Now, as we're ending our day here, it says, what is your daily Bible reading? You want, plan that. You can get the Bible app. I use a Bible app, and I love that because it helps keep me on track. So whether I'm reading the Bible all the way through, or I'm studying different, sections and all of that, you can write that down. What do you need to read today? So whether you read at night, or you read in the morning, or you read in between time, whatever it is, write down what you want to work on. What do you need to grow on? See, building a business with biblical principles is about knowing what God wants for you, and it also builds your lifestyle. So it's just a bonus of having a great life. So what is your daily Bible reading? Write the scriptures down. Keep a note of it, just like you have it if you download the Bible app. What was your takeaway? How can you take what you learned today and actually apply it to your daily life and to your business life? And you might be thinking, oh my God, this is a lot. Yes, it is. But being on, an entrepreneur, a business owner, and, standing the test of time, it takes time. God says, stay focused on his word, like daily. This is helping you with that discipline to get that done, so that you can build your businesses, so that he can give you the desires of your heart. So he is first in everything that you do. The next thing you want to do is never, how they say, the Bible says, never go to bed angry, right? Never go to bed with challenges and problems and burdens and disappointments on your mind, especially about your business. Write them down. Like, okay, God, here's what I need help with. Give them to him. This is the reason why Jesus died, so that we didn't have to carry it. He said for our load to be light, but you have to admit, when you go to Alcohol Anonymous, you got to admit what you are before you can become who you want to become. So when you write it down and you know what is worrying you and disturbing you, it gives you so much peace, and you'll sleep better at night. You'll have peace. You'll have calm in your life, because it's not under your control. If you're worried all the time, or you're a burden, or you're feeling like disappointed, that means that you have not yet learned to turn your problems over to God. So that means that you want to study scriptures on that, on how to do that. Like the way the world is today, you can pick up your phone and you can say, Siri, give me Bible scriptures about turning my problems over to God. It'll give you a whole bunch of them. You can study. You should be in small groups with people who can help you, be around other equally yoked people so that you can make things happen for you. And then you want to end your night, guys, as you begin your day with your goals, your affirmations, your prayer, your gratitude. What are you grateful for? See, because your brain can only think, God is like just so awesome the way he created our brain. We can only think of one thought at a time. If you study the brain, there's only one thought that you can think of at a time. Now, thoughts may pop into your head, but you have a choice whether you're going to allow that thought to stay in your head. So when you're writing things down and before you go to bed at night, you're literally writing down your gratitude, what you're thinking about, how you want your day to be, what you're grateful for and what you're thankful for, and you end your day like that, like right before you get ready to go to bed, you should be doing this part of it. It's kind of hard to go to bed being mad. It's kind of hard to go to bed being sad or with an attitude or all of that stuff. It's just like almost impossible to make that happen. And when those negative thoughts come in your head, just start repeating what you want to happen. So you have intention here. You already know what you want to happen. You can just go back and read it. If it's not popping in your head, if scriptures are not coming into your mind when challenges come up, that just means you need to read more, you need to study more, you need to get in the word more so that it'll start popping into you. This helps you to grow your business. And then your daily journal, just write out any thoughts that you may have. And then the last thing that you want to do, guys, is just complete tomorrow's to-do list tonight. So because you wrote down a lot of things at the end of the day and you reflected back on your day, some of your thoughts may come to you like, oh, you know what? Dang, I should do this. So you can go back each night. You should come up here to where you're going to write out the next 3 things that you must complete. You can write those in. So you can be thinking about those at night. And then in the morning, you can get up and you can fill out the rest of this and put together a game plan as to exactly how you're going to do it. It's kind of like if you want to bake a cake. You want, a red velvet cake, one of the famous cakes in our family. You want a red velvet cake. So that's the goal, the red velvet cake. Or you want, your business to help X amount of people. So now, because you want it, you got to think, do I have all of the ingredients for it? Once I have, so what do I need? So you're looking at a recipe until you know it. Or then you're writing down your grocery list so that you won't forget anything when you get to the store. And then you're looking at exactly what you need to do so that you can make sure that you don't miss a step and you don't have the oven on, 500 when it should be at 350. That's the same thing you want to think about when you're planning your business. Everything should be planned out and written out. That's why you have a recipe to make a special cake. If you want a special business, you also have to have a recipe for it. This accountability sheet will help you with that recipe. For that, it will help you to be able to get your business on track, to have that lifestyle that you desire, to keep God first, and to know exactly where you're at, what you need to release, what you're grateful for, and it will help you in every avenue of your life and your business. So guys, I hope that brought you value. Again, if you want to have a copy of this journal, make sure that you write journal in the comments or go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com, join our email family so that once it's released, you will know that it's out there and you can get a copy of it, or you can shoot me a message and let us know how we can help you. I hope this brought you value, and I pray that God gives you the desires of your heart and you understand that seek him first and keep him first and help to grow the kingdom. Appreciate you guys. Love you, and we will talk to you later. Have